I'm happy that maybe we'll be able to offer Ray in Ohio, pronouns are he, him, some information. Ray, how can we help you, sir?
Yes, thanks for taking my call. I've been dealing with some issues for all of my life. I was raised Pentecostal, and I left the church when I was basically outed in front of the entire congregation. Since then, I've been looking at all kinds of different religions, and then I ended up Catholic somehow. But now recently, I've been...
Is it because you like to drink?
Do what?
Is it because you like to drink? I had a friend switch from Baptist to Catholic because he liked to drink.
That was probably a part of it. But recently, I've been questioning things more, and I've been watching videos. I've been watching your show and everything, and things really start to make sense. Atheism does. But my real problem is trying to get rid of that thought of going to hell. You know, that thought of, what if they're right? And what if my lifestyle and also maybe not believing in God and stuff, that there is an actual hell that I would actually go to? And it's fearful, you know, and it's very difficult to try to get rid of that. And I was calling to see if you had any advice on that.
I do, but I've given mine.
Yeah,
I absolutely have advice, but I've given mine about 100 times, so I'll wait because I want to hear what Jim's advice is. How do you get over a fear of hell?
I think one step at a time. And just every time it comes up, realizing that hell doesn't exist. The Christian hell doesn't jive with the Jewish hell, and yet they both come from the same book. You can make the case that the hell of the Bible, the New Testament, doesn't exist as well. But none of that really matters. The question is, you know, if you do everything right, and are you still going to hell? Well, you know, you were outed. That automatically to some people means you're going to hell, and to some Christians it means it doesn't. But which is true, we don't know. I think that the best thing to do is to, every time it comes up in your head, just say, hey, yeah, no, hell doesn't exist. Eventually you convince yourself that you don't. But I don't know how strong that impulse is within you. And maybe a psychiatrist will have a much better strategy than that. That's kind of what I did. But I didn't have a strong sense of hell either. So I don't know if that'll work or not.
Yeah, and I'm with Jim in that a fear of hell was never a big motivator for me. I'm the kid who walked down the aisle at the age of 5 at a revival and accepted Jesus into my heart. And then from that point on was just a Christian of some stripe or another. I wasn't super Christian or anything. I mean, I'm just, you know, kind of normal. But the motivation was pleasing God, being accepted and being forgiven and to get to heaven, not so much to avoid hell. As a matter of fact, I don't even think that it registered with me. I've talked to other people who as kids, when they were told that their friends were going to hell because they didn't believe in Jesus, were absolutely heartbroken and wrecked and cried. And for me, the message that I took because of what I was taught in our church wasn't one of, oh, I'm so sad my friends are going to hell. It is, hang on, I have a way to save my friends from that. I can do something that might give them that opportunity. And so it was not the nightmare-inducing experience for me that it was for others. But I've heard from people who've been atheists for 50 years who still wake up with nightmares of hell. And the best piece of advice I can give, is check out the Secular Therapy Project and recoveringfromreligion.org, because there are other people who've been through this, and you may benefit from some counseling, especially if you're suffering from religious trauma syndrome. But absent seeing a counselor and going down that route, the one question I asked myself and others is how many other hells are you afraid of? Why are you afraid of the specific hell? You're like, oh, I don't believe anymore, but what if they're right? Well, you could say, what if they're right for countless afterlives? And if you spend all your time worrying about what if they're all right, you're not going to get much done.
Yeah, I agree. And that sounds like something I should do. Because I know that the first time we went to church, I was 4 years old, and it was a Christmas play. And in that play, the father, he was a sinner, and he went to hell. He died in the play, and Satan came and dragged him into hell. And that was the Christmas show. And I remember seeing that, and that was my first introduction to Christianity. And I was scared from that point on.
That's the purpose.
So
I was lucky. I got to go to a hell house. I got to go to one of the original hell houses, I think. And those are haunted houses put on by Christians where it's basically a whole bunch of morality plays. This happens. Somebody got an abortion and now they're going to hell. Somebody robbed a liquor store and now they're going to hell. Somebody lied to grandma and now they're going to hell. And it's all these little things that are designed to make you scared of hell. I think that I was first fully indoctrinated at such a young age that I didn't have time to develop strong fears at all before I was introduced to the hell concept. So it just became here's what you don't want to have happen, but the way out of it's really easy. Just pray the sinner's prayer and believe in your heart and blah, 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 repent, turn from sin. And by the grace of God, you'll be saved. It's yet another lie. It's weird that religions lie to people to scare them, amplifying their existing fears and introducing new fears. But the new fear that they're introducing is one that only their religion can fix. It's any religion can, if you're like afraid of dying, any religion can potentially appeal to that. But if you're afraid of a particular hell, only that one religion has the chance of getting you out. And it used to be said that religions essentially poison you and then sell you the cure. The poison isn't real and the cure isn't real. So what I took to saying was religions make you believe that you're poisoned and then sell you the homeopathic remedy. And once you start thinking about religion in those terms, all of a sudden it's like, I'm not afraid of the boogeyman under my bed. I'm not afraid. I don't think that there's any God anywhere that could give me so much as a hangnail. And that goes for demons, devils, and other things as well. And I hope you seek out some help and you spend some time thinking about it. But first of all, don't beat yourself up at all. Because you didn't just decide to teach yourself a fear that you have a fear reaction to. You are the victim of indoctrination and fear mongering. And it may take a long time. You may never fully get over it, but it can fade and things can get better.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ray.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.